Hey guys, it's Yada and welcome back to another tutorial. So today we're gonna learn how to do eyes. And sit back and relax and just pick up your pencil because this is gonna be a very easy beginner friendly tutorial. So without further ado, we're gonna start with a horizontal line on our paper, and then we're gonna follow that with a line down the center going vertical. So we're really just doing the base guidelines for the eyes. Now you're gonna mark little placements on each side of the vertical line that we drew, so you know where your eye starts, and then on the other side you're going to make placements so you know where your eyes end. And excuse me, I had to erase it because the lines were just ridiculously long, so I wanted to do something a little bit more simple for you guys. Now I'm making diagonal lines going upwards, but leaving a little bit of space towards that vertical line, and also trying to keep it symmetrical. And then on the other side, I'm drawing a diagonal line going a little bit away from our eye placement, because this is going to be where we're going to draw the brows. So as you can see, as I start, I'm just basically drawing like an arched line, and I'm also being very mindful and placing my arch in the center of those lines. Okay, so now to eliminate any distractions, I'm going to erase the guidelines for the eyebrows, and then I'm going to proceed to draw my eyelids and my eyes. So, eye shapes differ from person to person, but the eye shape I am going for is kind of like an almondish slim shape. So I start from the line that we placed in the beginning, and then I go towards the ending of the line, and then I add a curvature or like a little curve at the end. And then for the bottom eyelid, I just follow the same steps. I start at the starting point, and then I curve my way to the ending point. And then you're really just following the same steps with the other eye. And I'm going to put you guys on to what really helps me get symmetrical eyes and to avoid lopsidedness, I guess you could say, when I'm drawing my eyes. So you guys can see how I draw a guideline from the top part of the eye and then straight across, and then the bottom part of the eye and then straight across. This really gives me an idea of the size that my eye is supposed to be in order to look symmetrical to my other eye. Okay, so now we're going to erase our guidelines around the eye so we could draw our eyelids. So moving straight to the irises, I just draw, half ovals within my eye, usually in the center depending on where my person is looking. But today she's gonna be looking straight, so I'm just gonna draw my little half circles. Now I'm drawing my waterline, so I'm going inside of the bottom lid, and I'm just going to draw a line above it, kind of like a second bottom lid, but it's inside the eye. Like, you guys know what a waterline is. Okay, so this is the part where I'm fully gonna color my irises in. Yes, this is my style. I don't really draw pupils, but towards the end I will erase inside of the iris a little bit just to create that depth effect. Okay, so now for the eyelids. It's really simple. I just follow the shape of my eyes and just go above it, and I like to leave a little bit of like a thin line or like a space in between my eyelids because of style reasons. So same principle for my bottom lids. I just follow the shape of my eye, but make sure you round it off a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just sketching out the bridge of the nose, and then after that just erasing some guidelines so we could begin our next steps. So now time for the eyeliner. Eyeliner is pretty simple as well. You're just following the eyes, the eye shape, and just like thickening it out and creating a little wing at the end. Repeat the step for the other eye. Now I'm gonna do my brows. With the brows, it's also pretty simple. I told you guys this was gonna be a simple tutorial, but as you can see over here, I'm just creating light hairs in the front, with like the quick upward motion, and then I'm gonna be sculpting the outline of my brows and just like following the arch on the bottom. And then the rest of the steps is basically just filling in the rest of the brow by making individual hairs like I'm doing over here. And also pay attention to my direction on how the first front of my brows are straighter than the end of my brows. Now that this brow is complete, I'm just going to erase around it to give it like a perfect, more natural look. And now repeat with the other brow. Okay, so basically on this post-it note, I'm going to show you guys how I do my individual lashes before we start or before we jump right into it. So basically, I'm just making quick little C's going upward. It's never downward, it's always upward. And basically, I'm just showing you guys how I do it in a cluster. So it's just basically quick little C's going upward in a cluster. And then I'm also going to show you guys this little trick that I do to make my lashes pop out a little bit more or look a little bit more natural. I'm doing both of the little C's in like opposite directions. So notice how I apply those clusters when it comes to my lashes, and I space them out a little bit. And also how some lashes are longer than other ones. always make them thinner than the upper lashes because that's just the more natural approach. And then when I get to the part where my waterline is showing, I usually add those hairs like on the bottom of my waterline or inside of my waterline. And then I also like going in and then erasing a little bit of in between my lashes just to emphasize the clustered look, and then going back in and adding more hair if I need to, and then repeat those steps for the other eye. Okay, so now we're going to begin the shading process. So basically, I take my pencil and then I lightly shade around my eyes. Do not shade in the whites of the eyes. So after I lightly shade, I am going to take my blending stump and lightly blend everywhere. Emphasis on lightly because we're trying to prevent any smudges or harsh blending. So now on those two lines where I drew my nose bridge, I'm going to blend on the outside of those areas and then blend on the other areas like around my eyelids. Okay, so this is my favorite part. So after I'm done blending this, I'm gonna take my little mini eraser that I got from an Amazon shop. Y'all go shop my Amazon link. This is where I put all of my supplies for you guys to use. So basically taking the little eraser and then I'm erasing the corners of my eyes to add definition, and then I'm going to erase and like kind of lightly erase but blend around like the bottom parts of my eyebrows to create that kind of effect. I also love this step, so I'm going to take that little itty bitty eraser and then I'm going to erase in my corners of the eye. I forgot what you call those parts, like the under eye. And then I'm going to erase starting from the corners and then I'm going to bring it a little bit outward, but as I go outward I'm going to get light-handed and lighter-handed each time just to make it easier to blend later. And then in the middle of my nose bridge I'm going to erase. Now this is where all the light hand erasing comes into effect because we're going to take that blending stump and we're going to just blend the outer edges of where we erased. And now we're towards the ending of the steps. I'm just adding my beauty marks. putting my highlight in my eye. And then I'm gonna take my itty bitty eraser and then just like erase in like a, I don't know, I want to say half circle motion underneath my pupil, no, my iris, just to create a little bit more of a realistic effect. But yeah, that pretty much completes this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Bye.